and welcome to Charts and Hearts. I'm Sarah, and she's Lindsay.
And together we're working our way through an epic list of rom-coms in order to find and categorize tropes in the hopes of creating the greatest spreadsheet podcasts have ever seen.
And welcome back to Bonnie Hunt Month, where we're doing Only You. Oh man.
Have you seen this before?
I don't think I had.
Okay.
Yes, I don't think I had. And if I had, I didn't remember any of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is Marissa Tomei, Robert Downey Jr., and Bonnie Hunt, and Billy Zane.
Uh-huh.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's his face? From the Brad Pack, but also from Early Edition.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That guy.
It doesn't matter. And yeah. What did you think? Weird, right?
Yeah, it's weird, and I liked parts of it. Like, I think it could have been really good, and instead it was just fine, because it was a 90s movie, and Yep. But yeah, no, it's cute. It's cute. Basically, Marissa Tomei's character, when she's a teenager, gets the name of, like, who she thinks is her soulmate from a Ouija board, and then later from a, like, carnival, like, fortune teller of this guy, Damon Bradley. And then she, despite this, gets engaged to somebody else. And then, like, a week before their wedding, hears a voicemail from an actual Damon Bradley, and then runs off to Europe to find him. And then hijinks ensue.
Yeah.
And she meets Robert Downey Jr., and they fall in love.
Yeah.
And we never see her fiancé again.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so it's basically them. So it's Marissa Tomei, Bonnie Hunt, and Robert Downey Jr., and a very charming Italian man, like, frolicking through Italy.
Yeah. That part's great.
Yes.
Yeah, it was showcasing Positano, like, 10 years before Under the Tuscan Sun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But,
Yep.
Still, I could go there.
Yeah, sure, sign me up. I'll go there.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yep. So she, like, urgently packs, which is hilarious.
Yeah, like, she's at the airport already, and
Yeah.
Bonnie Hunt has to pack for her. And, like, this is the first sign that she's just, like, so not even the first sign, because when he proposes, she's like, give me 24 hours because I never want to get divorced. And, like, I guess in some ways that's logical, except, like, she's not from a broken family. She's just living in the 90s where people were getting divorced, I guess.
I guess so. Maybe it's a Catholic thing?
Maybe?
I don't know.
And so then she's at the airport after chasing after this guy. And she's like, when Bonnie Hunt says she'll come with her, she's like, pack all my nice underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
right?
I'm just like, so really just super into this fiance then.
Right. Yeah, no, she has no affection at all for the fiance.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough, because he's, like many 90s movies, bland.
He's so dull. And he, like, insults her hair. Oh my god. It's just, there's definitely parts of it that are very, like, this movie was made 2 years after Sleepless in Seattle. So we have a super dull fiance who's a podiatrist. Oh my god, can you imagine the boringness?
Right? The boredom. And also he lets his mom, like, force her to wear her old wedding dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no. That's the thing that your fiance stands up to his own mother for. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This also is very much like, you'd have to do some very serious rewrites to make it work now because of, like, they have the guy's name, and, they don't immediately, like, stalk him on Facebook, LinkedIn, etc.
Just all of it. Yeah, it's just, any of it. And then, like, the airport stuff is just so 90s.
And the lack of airport security.
Yeah.
And also having a shared voicemail with your partner. Like, that only happens if you have a house phone, which I don't know anybody that has a house phone.
No, but the part that I do like is that she gets tangled up in the super long phone cord at her house.
Oh, yeah, in the giant mother-in-law's wedding dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
very,
super long phone
very
cord.
Classic.
Definitely giving off good 90s vibes. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she meets Robert Downey Jr., who is very swoony at the beginning, and then just lies to her the entire time. And stalks her, takes advantage of her weaknesses while she's basically not like an actual mental breakdown, but she's definitely going through some stuff.
Yeah, like, she's trying to figure out her life, and he just continuously takes advantage of her. So first of all, he pretends that he's
Damon Bradley.
It's Damon Bradley. And, okay, so he's a shoe salesman in Italy, and he comes up to her because I guess, does her shoe fall off when she's running?
Yeah, it gets stuck in a cobblestone.
Right, okay, yeah, so her shoe falls off, and he brings her shoe and, like, refers to as Cinderella, and I've never been more in love with Robert Downey Jr. in my life.
Yep.
But then you find out that he's pretending to be Damon Bradley.
After they've, done a lot of making
amazing,
out. Amazing romantic night, and then are very close to sealing the deal.
Yeah. Like Cinderella references and Roman holiday references and
Carriage rides.
And then and then you find out that he's not actually Damon Bradley. He just had fallen in lust at first sight with her, so pretended to be Damon Bradley, and then continues to
just lie,
be a total lying douchebag.
Like, it's just it's such a strange thing. He's like, Damon Bradley, I found him. He's in Positano.
Yeah.
Let's go down there, the four of us. And they're like, okay. And then he has somehow, in the planning of this, called Billy Zane, who he knows for, we don't know, and been like, pretend to be Damon Bradley and, like, at the hotel, tell everybody that's your name.
Yeah.
And then, like, go out with this woman, and then what? Like, then what's gonna happen? Like, it's just...
Also, like, she's gonna pretty quickly realize that you're wearing a wig.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But also, like, why? Why is he wearing a wig?
It's not like she knows what he looks like without a wig.
Yeah. And also, I guess just, like, Billy Zane is just bald in 1994, which is fine. Like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just random. It's a very random aside.
Well, so they try to make him look like a sort of very cliched, like, Italian, like, romance novel cover guy with the, oh my god, the, like, see-through swim trunks when he gets out of the pool. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, scandalous. Because I did not realize it was Billy Zane for a long time. I was pretty sure he wasn't actually David Bradley, like, pretty much right off. But yeah, I didn't realize it was Billy Zane until he took his wig off. Yeah, but, like, I didn't want to look up things because I figured I would get spoiled for what actual so I tried not to be on IMDb while I was watching this. And then so then her and fake Damon Bradley go on a date, and it's very swoony and romantic, but then he's also kind of a dick. But then it's okay, because the whole thing is that Robert Downey Jr.'s character was like, oh, sexually assault her in public so that I can save her. It was like their secret plan. Yeah.
And then she gets mad at him, of course, and then he says to her, you are so ungrateful. You know how much planning this took? We should be together.
Yeah, because grateful for a, like, unhinged plan to trick her and seduce her.
Because she said no to you multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple times. She said no to you because you lied to her initially. Like...
Yeah. It is... Oof. Okay, so then through all this, Bonnie Hunt's there, and Bonnie Hunt's husband is Marissa Tomei's brother. And he's the actual worst.
Yes.
But then they never talk about it.
No. He just flies to Italy. Thankfully, their children are somewhere. Yeah, okay, so at the beginning, he's all like, oh, the kids... She was, like, gonna either have, like, a night alone or go out... No, she was gonna have, like, a girls' night with Marissa Tomei because the kids had a sitter and her husband had poker plans. And he's like, no, you can't. You have to, like, make us sandwiches at poker. Yeah. And like a total man-child. And, like, notice of, like, right now. Like, I need you to leave where you at right now.
Yeah, I need you to go buy us groceries.
Yeah. Even though I'm at work and could very well pick that up on my way home.
But yeah, total man-child. So anyway, so she's, like, relieved to get away from him. But then... He comes to Italy because they have a shared credit card, so he, like, figures out that she's in Italy and somehow finds her, I guess, from the hotel name of where the hotel charge was. And then we find out that he'd just made up the Damon Bradley thing on the Ouija board and, like, paid off the fortune teller to, like, as a prank for his sister, I guess?
Yeah, it's a little, like, the fortune teller part is a little bit, like wibbling because like how much time passed? Did he even like if he was a whatever 15-year-old boy when they were doing the Ouija board and like even it's the same summer or whatever, like would he even remember that name? Like maybe she like was saying it over and over again.
I'm sure she was talking about it.
But if that was the case, wouldn't he want her to not talk about it anymore? I don't know. It's a very wibbly.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, so he made the whole thing up. So then, like, I feel like I wish there was more time between her realizing that it was all fake and falling in love with Robert Downey Jr. and also that he was less terrible. But, like, if there'd been more time, it would have been more believable. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that real Damon Bradley shows up at the airport at the end.
Yeah.
Like, that he's actually there and he exists and he's a person. And even though they're both like, oh my god, can you fall in love with this guy? He's so ugly.
I know, he's like a little bit fat and plain looking, and it's like, oh, you could never.
You could never fall in love with this guy. He's almost as dull as your fiance. Like, it's just, like, what? It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then, and then Damon Bradley's like, do you love him? And she's like, oh my god, I do. Like, a classic super trope.
Yeah, so then, does she even realize that her brother made it all up? Or did we realize it?
No, she doesn't know that because her brother tells Bonnie Hunt after she's left.
Yeah, she's already left to go to the airport.
When they're in Positano, I guess having a second honeymoon, maybe talking about their problems,
so.
I hope.
So, like, seems unlikely. So, yeah, so Bonnie Hunt, like, imagines to herself the whole time that her husband's having an affair and that's why she's mad at him. Mm-hmm. But, like, there was no evidence of him having an affair. Like, he just wanted her to be his, like, he was just a total man-child.
Yeah, he's just a dick in general.
Yeah. And so then she, like, gets over the whole cheating thing, but then it never comes up that he's a controlling asshole.
Yeah.
And everything's forgiven. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand.
I know, me either. Yeah. And it's just, like, the entire time, there's a couple of other scenes where, like, she's obviously not happy with him either. Like,
no.
They need to work on their marriage. Like, of course, he's a controlling asshole, but she's not great at or communicating, especially like you're a controlling asshole.
Exactly. Yeah, but you know they've been together for a long time, so I'm assuming like he's worn her down with all these like childish demands, and so she knows there's no point unless because I don't know, he feels like he could get angry. So and then because it's the 90s, Marissa Tomei like storms the plane going to Boston even though she doesn't have a ticket. And the flight's closed, but it's the 90s, and so all the flight attendants help her because they're Italian and therefore very romantic.
Yeah, of course.
So cliched. And then, she and Robert Downey Jr. make out, and everything's great.
Yeah. And everyone on the plane cheers, where I would be like, what the fuck? Take off.
Yeah, why hasn't our plane taken off?
I have to fly from Italy to Boston, and it's 1994. This sounds horrible.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay. Yeah.
One last observation. Yeah, just one silly one is that anytime I see Billy Zane, I think two things. I think of Lovejoy, find her. And then also Zoolander, listen to your friend Billy Zane. He's a cool dude. And like literally, I think I've seen Billy Zane in 3 things, which are those 2 movies and this movie. But still.
Oh, and Titanic.
No, that's what I mean. Lovejoy Find Her. That's from Titanic.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah.
I think he's in The Mummy. Is that him?
I don't know.
Remember
when
we watched
other things, but...
that movie that there was a guy who looked exactly like Billy Zane, but it wasn't him?
Yeah, it was like off-brand Billy Zane.
Yeah, it was really weird.
So strange. Okay, tropes. Oh man, so many.
Boy. So I found a new one that worked perfectly for this month. Which is, the title is a song by an old crooner.
Yeah.
Was our secret theme for the month. Huzzah.
Yay, go us. Yeah, so she's a hopeless romantic, and like so much so that she's kind of naive. Or just like, I don't know about naive particularly, but definitely like tunnel vision.
Yeah, I think
like she's so determined to find her soulmate that she's not really thinking rationally.
Yeah. Old romantic movies. 3 of them. 3 movies. This one. We've got South Pacific at the beginning, which I think technically is a live concert of the musical.
It's like a live recording.
Yeah. Then she full-on references, just says the lines from Casablanca on the phone. And then Roman Holiday, of course. Yeah. With the classic Hand of truth.
Gobbly face thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cinderella too, which is...
Oh yeah, also true.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, the Larry's issues are just like so 90s
yeah,
men
they're
cliche.
not like... I don't know, it's not like they weren't trying hard. It was the 90s, so they didn't really know better. But now I'm just like, oh, make me a sandwich. Oh, why are you complaining about this stuff? Oh, why aren't you doing, like, just, dude.
Yeah, why are you doing this? This is like the way where, I mean, obviously, patriarchy is worse for women than for men, but, like, it also leads to poorly written, boring male characters, not just poorly written female characters.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, like, there's no discussion of like that they're not communicating, even just the knowledge of that she has a night out and he has poker night, like nobody put those two together beforehand, so they're not communicating about their plans, let alone their feelings.
She made plans, like she made sure that the kids were looked after so that he didn't have to look after his own children.
Shocking. But it's just anyway, moving on. Fiance, the dull nerd, how dare he, the worst.
Yeah, we got a comical old wedding dress. Yep. The mother-in-law's wedding dress.
Yeah, and she's like, it's romantic to wear the dress of the woman who bore your husband. I was like, no, it's not. Especially when you say it like that. That sounds awful. Like,
that makes it so much worse.
So much worse. And just like, did you stop to think about the fact that your mother-in-law got married in the 60s, so there's a good chance that your husband was conceived in this wedding dress? Ever think about that? Like,
yep. No, thank you. Tropey romantic location of Rome, and also all of Italy, but mostly Rome.
Rome. Random street dancing.
Oh, so charming.
Yep, to some enchanted evening, so it's extra charming.
Falling in love quickly. They're together for what, like 2 weeks? Maybe?
No,
it's like 5 days?
It's the weirdness of this movie is like, at one point Larry's like, she's only been gone 2 days, even though it's been at least 4, and like not counting plane rides.
Flight?
Yeah. It's such a weird thing because they also like keep bringing it up how long they've been there, how not long they've been there. So I don't know, but I think it's 5 days.
Okay. So but it's like the people left back in the States also like don't realize that the plane time counts.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like, it makes sense for the people in Italy if like we've been in Italy for 2 days, but that could be like with time zones and airplane rides, like closer to 4 days.
But like with Larry, there's a good chance he's like, she's only been gone 2 days because he only noticed.
Yeah, that's true.
It's probably true, but anyway, it's less than a week.
Yeah, very quick.
And running.
So much running.
And then airport running, so bonus. Yes. Bonus for the airport.
Yeah, because she runs and loses her shoe at the beginning, and then, massive airport run, and...
Yeah, she runs in the airport twice, at the beginning and the end.
Yeah. And then it doesn't resolve itself, because she doesn't fall for, like, who she thinks is her soulmate, but there's the whole, like,
soulmate thing. Yeah, she's very into it.
Okay. Lindsay, does this pass the Bechdel test?
No. I tried to think of stuff, and like there might be like a slight technicality at the beginning or something of like, does it
maybe
count
like in the introduction about her like work or something, but I don't think so.
Or like, does she count if she's talking about a wedding dress? Like, I don't think so.
No, because it's for her wedding to a man.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure no.
Yeah. Nope.
Like, it is the plot, and there's only 2 of them, which, whatever. But also, like, they also only talk about men when you're talking about Bonnie Hunt with her husband and her beautiful Italian men.
Yes, he's so charming. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's make a pie.
Okay.
I don't know how to spell the plural of this, but Damon Bradley's.
I don't know. Like 100%.
Like 30%?
Yeah.
50%?
Maybe, 50. Because it's
50% Damon Bradley's.
Like, it's the point, the plot of the movie, but also it's said like so many times.
3 of them. Yeah. Okay, a wedding dress and a garment bag.
Like, it's not a plot point, but it's just always there, which is kind of entertaining.
Just looming. Yeah. Like, she just carries it around with her.
Yeah. 10, 15? 10.
15.
Yeah.
Cinderella references, because I was really charmed by them, and I thought they were really sweet. I don't know, 5?
Yeah. It leaves 20 for shoes and feet. There's a lot of shoes and feet.
Yeah, like a strange amount. Like, he's a shoe salesman and her original fiance is a podiatrist.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's much shoes.
Yeah, and then just, like, even at the end, he drops his stuff in the airport line and, like, looks at a woman's shoes, but also, like, looking, whatever, to comment on them, but he, like, lifts up her pant leg a little bit, which is the creepiest thing in the world.
So
I would have,
creepy.
like, legit, like, reflex just kicked him in the nose. Like, just, like, what are you doing? This is the middle of an airport.
He's sitting on the airplane at the end, too, in the middle seat with nobody beside him, which is very convenient and also very dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got his bright red socks with his shoes off, and his feet are on the top of the chair in front of him.
Yeah.
Because he's a terrible human being.
Yeah. And also, you can't sit like that when you're about to take off. They won't let you.
No.
He definitely doesn't have a seatbelt on. Blah.
Okay, what's next for them?
That's how I feel.
I mean, at least she has, like, strong feelings about him, unlike her original fiance.
Yes, but it's been 5 days in Italy.
Yeah. Like, with shenanigans.
Yeah. One of them lives in Boston and the other one lives in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
their entire relationship is a lie.
Yeah, I mean, the lie's exposed now, but, like, they have no basis for a relationship, so we have no basis to make a decision.
Exactly.
I feel bad for everybody that's stuck on the plane with them for the next 10 hours.
God, it's gonna be gross. Ugh.
So annoying. And Lindsay, what's next for us?
Oh, such a better month. Thank goodness. Well, Bonnie Hunt was amazing. Always. But we've got some fun stuff coming. So next time on the pod, we'll be doing music and lyrics.
Yay!
And for the Patreon next month, we'll be doing That Thing You Do. Yes.
Hooray.
So excited. It will be great.
Yep, it'll be great. That brings us to the end of this episode. You can always leave us a rating or a review wherever you get your podcasts, or you can find us on social media. We're at Charts and Hearts Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and at Charts and Hearts on Twitter.
Or you can head to our website at chartsandhearts.com, where you can submit your suggestions for rom-coms and tropes for us to add to the list. And as I said, check out our Patreon for more episodes, patreon.com/chartsandheartsclub. This month was Jerry Maguire, which happened. Next month is better.
Yay!
So join us for that. Hooray!
Hooray! And let us know your thoughts on this movie. Have you seen it? Did you swoon and then also hate Robert Downey Jr.? And in the meantime, I married a liar. Why? Because I married a man.
Ooh, Bonnie Hunt.
Good job, Bonnie Hunt.
Harsh.